First at noon, some of President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet picks are on Capitol Hill today, trying to shore up support among senators for confirmation. Former Congressman Matt Gaetz' ethics probe could be an obstacle, and the Senate Judiciary Committee now wants the FBI's report as well. Tarian Small has more from Capitol Hill.
The House Ethics Committee huddled behind closed doors about whether to release its report on former Congressman Matt Gaetz, President-elect Trump's pick for Attorney General.
No comment. We have a meeting today. I'm sure you will all be right outside the door.
At the same time, Vice President-elect J.D. Vance escorted Gaetz to meetings with senators weighing his confirmation.
I want to get to know him. I don't know him that well.
The ethics panel investigated a number of allegations against Gaetz, including sexual misconduct. He's denied doing anything wrong or illegal. Trump, in an apparent reference to Gaetz, posted on social media, "This is what the radical left lunatics do to people. They dirty them up, they destroy them, and then they spit them out. They are trying that right now with some great American patriots." Gaetz faces an uphill battle to win confirmation, but Trump is confident the Senate's new Republican majority will pull him through.
He seems optimistic about it. He didn't, he didn't seem concerned, but he also didn't seem anxious about it.
Trump hasn't ruled out trying to bypass Senate confirmation with a recess appointment.
The president has won a mandate, and he will use all lawful constitutional means to fulfill that mandate on behalf of the people who voted for him in record numbers.
That would not sit well with many senators.
Not for a cabinet level position. That should be absolutely off the table.
Fox News host Pete Hegseth, Trump's pick to head up the Pentagon, is also meeting with senators. Torian Small, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Meanwhile, President-elect Trump has tapped Matt Whitaker, who served in the previous Trump administration, to be the U.S. ambassador to NATO. Whitaker has a background in law enforcement, but not foreign policy. He was a U.S. attorney in Iowa and served as acting attorney general from November of 2018 until February of 2019 during Trump's first term. Mr. Trump has expressed skepticism about the value of NATO and has repeatedly complained that members of the alliance are not spending the required amount of their own national defense. The UH Manoa athletics director is on the defense after being fired less than 2 years into the job. There's also a public outcry of supporters saying he's just what the Rainbow Warriors needed and they want him to stay. Keahi Tucker has more.
I know that I don't know everything. I know I've got a lot to learn, listen.
18 months after Craig Angeles arrived in Manoa on a no-contract deal, his time is up in 11 days. Calling it a confidential personnel matter, UH says President David Lassner is dismissing Angelos based on, quote, performance. Angelos says he was blindsided and absolutely shocked because he thought things had been going pretty well. In a lengthy post online, he said he created new revenue streams, hired a ticket sales team, revamped fundraising, secured full membership in the Mountain West Conference, eliminated travel subsidies, balanced the budget, and negotiated a Nike apparel deal.
Completely shocked, actually, because I had just texted Craig congratulating him on the new Nike deal and the entrance full-time into the Mountain West Conference. So he texted me back and said, "Thanks so much, except for firing me tomorrow." And I thought he was joking at first.
Angelos met with UH coaches privately. Every coach we spoke with declined to comment. Among those stunned, commentator Rich Miano.
There's either total ignorance or disregard for an athletic program that was only in a Sugar Bowl in 2007. You know, a national women's volleyball powerhouse not very long ago. And the track record has been so bad in so many areas. And I'm talking from governors to athletic directors to football coaches.
Online, comment sections are filled with support for Angelos from faculty, fans, and student athletes. One UH volleyball player started a petition that has more than 1,000 signatures so far.
The landscape of college sports is ever-changing right now. It's changed more the past year and a half than ever before. And when you're kind of driving through and navigating this storm, doesn't seem to me like the best thing to do is switch who's in the driver's seat to someone brand new.
In his statement, Angeles also said there is no smoking gun here, no hint of impropriety or malfeasance, either personally or professionally. He said, "I have always treated people with kindness and respect." Hawaii waits for more information to make sense of the sudden split.
It's extremely unusual for a president, an outgoing president of a university with 1 month left in his tenure, to make a move like this, because normally you would want that for the incoming president to decide and make an evaluation.
And that's Keahi Tucker reporting. Now, the school says Angeles has agreed to stay on until December 1st. Associate Athletics Director Lois Mannon will take over for now, and incoming UH President Wendy Hensel will oversee a search for the next AD. Well, now to the latest on Oahu's avian flu outbreak. People who've been in contact with ducks and geese from a Wahiawa nonprofit are now getting tested. Hawaii's first cases were discovered at Susie's Duck Sanctuary. Its founder says 20 of her birds died quickly from the virus, along with more than a dozen wild doves. Now, the Department of Agriculture put down at least 70 other birds on the property. The nonprofit told Hawaii News Now Schofield Barracks soldiers who volunteered at the sanctuary were contacted, tested, and did not contract the virus. Meanwhile, the owner of the Wahiawa feed store has stopped selling egg-laying chicks so her animals don't get sick, and others are selling netting so bird owners can enclose their chicken coops and keep wild birds out.
We are very concerned right now, and this thing that we're learning about doesn't just wipe out and make some of them sick, it makes them all sick to the point that they die soon.
If you did attend the fair to look for respiratory issues with your pet, also respiratory issues with yourself.
Veterinarians and health professionals are alerting pet owners and people about avian flu and possible exposure at the November 2nd Mililani Pet Fair. The Health and Agriculture departments have lines for you to report possible cases. Those numbers are on your screen and on our website. We're learning more about the local impacts of that massive nationwide organic carrot recall. State health officials confirmed the impacted products grown by California-based Grimway Farms were sold here in Hawaii. They were available at stores like Whole Foods, Walmart, Target, and Safeway under the brands 365, Bunny Love, Cal Organic, Good and Gather, and O Organics. Now, this is all due to an E. coli outbreak that has sickened dozens and caused at least one death in other states. No cases have been reported here in Hawaii. For specific product information, head to our website. On Maui, wildfire survivors discuss the future of a school destroyed in last year's disaster. King Kamehameha III Elementary cannot be rebuilt at its original Front Street location for several reasons, including space limitations, tsunami risks, and the discovery of iwi kupuna. Kamehameha Schools is offering to donate about 16 acres of land in an area called Ku'ia, about a half-mile mauka of the old campus. State education officials sought public feedback at the school's temporary site in Pulelehua last night, which is also being considered as its permanent location.
King Kamehameha III, the namesake of our elementary school, is from Lahaina. Lahaina, not Mahinehina. So, if you build a school out here in Mahinehina, that's quite a distance away.
I think they should rebuild the school back in Lahaina. There's so much mana in that area. You don't want to, change it. Lahaina is important, really important. You don't want to lose that area because of moving away and then having a different name for the school. Yeah?
Ku'ia is historically a very sensitive area. We know iwi kupuna are there. They've been discovered near where this location is being proposed, which could delay the project even further.
The Department of Education is accepting feedback through December 3rd. We've posted a link for you to submit your thoughts on our website, hawaiinewsnow.com. Meanwhile, a plan to build affordable rentals for teachers on the campus of Mililani High School is receiving pushback. A proposed 3-story apartment complex would bring 109 affordable teacher-dedicated units to the campus at below market rates. As a public-private partnership developer, Pacific Housing Assistance Corporation would take on all of the construction and operational costs. But some in the community are concerned about safety and that the school's agriculture program would be forced to relocate at a cost of nearly $5 million.
It sends the wrong message that, yes, it's important to look at these food systems, but never mind, we're going to take away the space and make you wait a couple of years while we figure out what to do with it, or rebuild another space somewhere else. It's going to disrupt curriculum and program for years to come.
I think the school system is struggling with sort of this imbalance of teachers coming here or joining the profession and leaving the profession. We want to try to help have some kind of stability because that's what's going to make a difference for our students.
Many say they're not opposed to the idea of faculty housing. However, alternative locations should be looked at, including revisiting the original proposed site on Mililani's lower campus.
Aloha on this Wednesday. A drier weather pattern is taking over with lighter winds. Now, the one exception is over on the windward side of Hawaii Island. They'll continue to see light passing showers. Not expecting a lot of rain, but that's going to be the one wet spot across the state. Now, these winds are in the process of slowing down. At least we'll have a trade wind breeze, so humidity levels should be comfortable. Overall, we'll have some of the best weather on the planet. We might have a few showers this morning, but really, we're expecting lots of sunshine with fairly dry conditions for the next several days.
Thank you, Guy. Ahead on This Is Now, a look at some of the cases police need your help solving. We're checking in with Honolulu Crime Stoppers in 2 minutes. Weekly Crime Roundup. Joining us now is Sergeant Chris Kim from Honolulu Crime Stoppers. What do you have for us today?
Got a couple cases I want to highlight. The first case is a robbery slash assault in the third degree that happened on Thursday, October 31st, 2024. Basically Halloween night at about 11:30 p.m. The victim was walking on Kalakaua Avenue when he was assaulted by suspect number 1, who also took his property. Suspects 2, 3, and 4 then began to assault him, and they all fled. We do have some photos of them. I'll give the information at the end of the segment as to where the viewers can see what they look like. Our second case is a theft in the second degree on Saturday, November 2nd, 2024. At about 4:10 p.m., this male entered a store in the Pearl Ridge Shopping Center, provided an ID which didn't belong to him, but he kind of purported himself to be as a customer picking up an item. The male then picked up the item and then fled. The case is classified as theft in the second degree, meaning the value of the item taken was over $750. He's being described as an unknown man in his 20s, wearing a beige hat, black hoodie, jeans, and white shoes. And finally, our last case is occurring property damage in the 4th degree between Saturday, October 26, 2024 at about 1 o'clock p.m. to Monday, October 28, 2024, about 6:50 a.m. These 4 individuals went onto the campus of the Honolulu Elementary School and damaged some of the louvers and windows there. All 4 suspects are being described as unknown. The viewers can take a look at these videos over at the www.honoluluPD.org website, bottom left-hand corner, on the wanted person, as well as all the other cases that we need their help in helping us to solve.
And Chris, you have a special event to tell us about?
Yeah, I'm here to promote. I just want to let the public know that next week, Friday, the Adult Friends for Youth, which is an organization that we work very closely with, they do a wonderful job working with at-risk kids, fighting bullying type issues, violence off and on school campuses. But anyway, the Adult Friends for Youth will be having their 30th annual Celebration of Youth dinner at the Alohilani Hotel and Resort. Tickets are still available. They're also looking for people to donate some items. Once again, wonderful organization. If you want to support them, once again, we work very closely with them with our Student Crime Stoppers program. Please go to their website, theafy.org, purchase tickets or make donations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, still ahead, American Airlines is testing a new boarding system that calls out line cutters, and it could be coming to an airport near you.
Aloha on this Wednesday. A drier weather pattern is taking over with lighter winds. That's starting today. Even lighter winds are going to be taking over the weekend. Now, you can see there's not much rain out there. There's one exception to that, is that the windward side of the Big Island will continue to see light passing showers. Should not be an issue with regard to flooding or anything, but it is going to be damp all along the Hamakua coast back into Puna and Pahoa, while the rest of the state remain rather dry for the next several days. So it is going to be a little damp, and you can see those showers right there in Puna and Pahoa. And the winds are slowing down. We'll have a trade wind breeze today, maybe even tomorrow, but even lighter winds are due in for the weekend. And when those light winds take over, well, it's going to start to get maybe a little bit sticky at times, and we'll have a different weather pattern, right? We'll have morning sunshine, afternoon clouds, a few afternoon showers, and then there will be clearing in the overnight hours. But for today, none of that. We'll have a beautiful trade wind weather day. The trade winds are still expected to run at moderate speeds today, but they are in the process of slowing down. So you can expect humidity levels to rise over the next few days. Otherwise, that, my friends, is the best weather on the planet for your Wednesday. Surf's not that great today, though. It's going to be rather small. Still a little chop in the windward side with the continuing trade winds. We are expecting, though, a small pulse to roll into north shores later tonight. And we've got more swells coming in for the weekend. Hopefully the swells hold hold for next week's HIC Haleiwa Pro, which kicks off on Tuesday, again, waves permitting. So we've got light trade winds today, and then those trade winds slow down even more tomorrow. Still, though, you can expect lots of sunshine for the next several days. The change that's coming with the winds takes over on Friday. That's when variable winds take over Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And when that happens, we'll have that morning sunshine, afternoon clouds, a few afternoon showers clearing in the overnight. That's going to be the weather pattern Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then on Sunday, though, there's a weak front coming in. Then we'll see a few more scattered showers favoring windward sides. We're expecting drier conditions to take over Monday and Tuesday. And with northerly winds coming in on Monday, might be even a little bit cooler with temperatures dropping into the low 80s for some leeward spots.
Former Tonight Show host Jay Leno is now joking about falling down a 60-foot hill. Leno told Inside Edition he was at a hotel outside of Pittsburgh Saturday ahead of a performance, but while walking to a nearby restaurant, he fell while trying to take a shortcut down a hill. Now, wearing an eye patch, the 74-year-old said his body is bruised. He also broke his wrist and lost a fingernail in the fall, but the show must go on because he went on to perform later that evening. Well, here's a look at a solution to an all too familiar problem, crowding at the gate when it's time to board a plane. It comes from American Airlines, and essentially, it calls people out if they try to board before it's their turn. Chris Van Cleve shows us.
Oh, there we have a new system.
Not so fast. That is the sound of someone trying to board when it's not their turn.
And when I say group 8, then you can come up, okay?
American Airlines has been testing a new boarding system in Tucson and 2 other airports. Those flyers tried to board just a little early and are asked to wait until their boarding group is called.
Oh, you're in group 6.
Is it like if you give the wrong answer on a game show and you get that noise?
No, it's not a noise quite like that.
Kidding aside, Senior Vice President Julie Rath says the airline is seeing results.
It has improved the whole boarding process, so you see less crowding at the gate.
American will now add the system to 100 airports ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday, with more in the coming months.
We have a new system. It will let me know if you're trying to board out of turn.
The airline will also be using new announcements, alerting passengers they will not be able to board before their group is called.
It wasn't a happy noise.
Flyer Shauna Brame likes the idea, even if the first time she learned about it, she got stopped for boarding out of order.
Hopefully now people won't be so worried to crowd the front so you can actually get in when it is your lane.
Priority boarding is a coveted perk for frequent flyers, and gate crowding is a common pet peeve.
I like the system that American is trying.
Airline analyst Henry Hartevelt.
American is just trying to find a way to bring order out of chaos.
There are some exceptions, and that includes active duty military and people who are traveling together. They can still board as a group. American is rolling this out mainly to smaller and medium-sized airports right now, with the plan to add it to bigger airports like LAX in the coming months. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Still ahead, a North Carolina fir has been selected as the White House Christmas tree, why it's being called a symbol of resilience. A North Carolina Christmas tree is making its way to the White House today. This special Fraser fir is named Tremendous and is 19 feet tall. Now, members of the White House staff came to Cartner's Christmas tree farm last month, and the farm was actually hit by Hurricane Helene back in September. And while thousands of trees were lost, many survived, including the selected tree. It will be proudly displayed in the Blue Room of the White House. Well, a little boy from Rhode Island is making the most of his unique situation. He has a hot cocoa stand. As Sam Reed shows us, it's all for a good cause.
At a home on Ferncrest Drive in East Providence, Christmas has come a little early.
We love Christmas. We're already all decorated for Christmas.
As the temps dip low, the Vieiras are hoping to help with that.
We wanted to do something different.
Which is why instead of hosting the classic lemonade stand in the summer, 4-year-old Brady is back at it.
Doing my hot chocolate stand.
With his second annual winterized one.
Thank you. You don't see many hot chocolate stands out there, so we thought it would be different and lure customers in.
Who am I going to give this to?
On Saturday from 12 until 3, people from all over came for a cup of cocoa.
The turnout this year has been extremely, well, way more than last year.
And while the hot treat hits the spot, the reason behind all of this is as sweet as the boy who's in charge.
But he doesn't have one.
Just ask Brady why he's doing this.
Because homeless people.
Funds from his fundraiser will be donated to the Hope and Faith Drive LLC. It'll help people struggling this holiday season.
He really is grasping the concept of what we're doing this year, and he knows why we're doing this.
And this is not just any stand. It's a top-of-the-line treat offering with a table of toppings and everything in between. Going above expectations, the Vieiras say, was important.
Our customers went the extra mile to support Brady, so that's why we did it.
What do you want?
There's no cost for a cup or a treat. Whatever donation was welcomed.
20s, 50s.
A lot.
Yeah.
And while Brady is extremely generous,
This is for free.
more than $2,000 was raised.
It's so special to us that they came out to support our son.
That more than triples the success of last year. But his parents say it's what Brady is learning at an early age that in return means the most to his family.
Thanks for watching.